Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Today we're going to talk about Shakespeare's Macbeth Act-1 Scene-7. My voice is just like the raven in Scene-5. Lady Macbeth is talking about I catch cold. Anyway, sorry for that. Now this Act-1 Scene-7 is very important from different perspective. First of all, in this scene Macbeth settled himself. Macbeth settled the conflict of his mind and is totally prepared for the killing of Duncan. The conflict that, and before that, the conflict was going on Macbeth's mind. Macbeth is contemplating about the consequences of killing Duncan from a variety of perspective. And this scene starts with a soliloquy. And this soliloquy explores that different dimension of Macbeth's conflicting mind, his inner struggle. But finally, everything gets resolved, and Macbeth is prepared in this scene. So, before the climax, that is Duncan's murder, this scene is very, very important. And now, it is one of the Macbeth's. It starts with this soliloquy. That is one of the Macbeth's best soliloquies in this drama. In this soliloquy, Macbeth is contemplating over the consequences of his deed. Macbeth alone agonizes about whether to kill Duncan. He'll be willing to murder Duncan if he thought that that would be the end of it. After that, there will be nothing. But he knows that bloody instructions being taught return to plague the inventor. So this is the consequence Macbeth is afraid of. He contemplates that his actions will set in motion a series of terrible consequences. Also, Macbeth notes Duncan is a guest, kinsman, and good king. He decides ambition is not enough to justify the murder. And then Lady Macbeth enters, asking where he has been. She then informs him that Duncan has finished his dinner and is asking for Macbeth. Macbeth tells her they won't murder Duncan. Lady Macbeth, being outraged, calls him a coward and questions his manhood. Finally, Macbeth stoops near Lady Macbeth's constant blistering taunts and agrees to murder Duncan. Macbeth asks what will happen if they fail. Lady Macbeth assures him they won't fail if they have courage. She then reveals her plan to him. While Duncan sleeps, she will give the chamberlain, so that is the plan. Sorry. So while Duncan sleeps, she will give the chamberlains enough wine to ensure they sleep all oblivion of everything. Then she and Macbeth will commit the murder and smear their attendants' faces with blood so that they can be proven guilty. Macbeth, impressed by her courage, agrees. So this is the summary of this scene. Now we will read this line by line. Okay. Macbeth. If it were done when it is done, then it were well. It were done quickly. So if the murder of Duncan were to happen or to end, so it is better to happen as soon as possible. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease, trammel. Actually, trammel is a type of net to catch bird. Okay, trammel is a type of net to catch bird. Trammel up the whole in this phrase means to catch the consequence. It is Macbeth is afraid of the consequence. That after murder, everything will not be finished. After murder, there is something more than that. His surcease, his means Duncan, surcease means death. that Duncan's death cannot catch all the evil consequences of it. But this blow might be the be all and end all here. But here upon this bank and soul of time, we will jump the life to come. So what is meaning? That if the murder could prevent all the evil consequences and could bring him success through his death, then it was okay. But it is not possible in that way. Killing Duncan will not end its consequence. Killing Duncan is not the end. So, you have to remember that Macbeth's mind is thinking this point, that killing Duncan is not the end, but the beginning. Upon this bank and soul of time, we would jump the life to come. You have to understand this point. But in these cases, we still have judgment here. And again, this is another point. I'm trying to make you understand. Upon this bank and soul of time, soul, bank and soul, this means the beach, the sand bank. Now, Macbeth is afraid of two types of consequences, two types of judgment. What are these two types of judgment? Number one, next life, afterlife you can say, that is after death. After death life, that is we will go to hell or heaven for our deeds. That is Macbeth is afraid of. Upon this bank and soul of time, we will jump the life to come. And now I will explain this bank and soul of time. Suppose this is our life, okay. If you take it as the bank or beach or seashore, then there is the eternal time that we are going to meet, that eternal time that we are going to meet after death, just like sea. So bank and soul of time refers to this span of time that we spend as a living being, okay. Now after that we jump into that eternal time, just like a seashore. We are standing in the shore, but we have to remember that after that we have to jump in that life. A man's lifetime that is spent in this earth is just a mere sandbank, a bar, soon to be covered by the sea of eternity. So Macbeth is afraid of that judgment, that afterlife judgment. Next, but in these cases, this is number one, but in these cases we still have judgment here. So now Macbeth is talking about this life on earth, upon this bank and soul of time. In this life, people are punished for their evil deeds. So these two type of consequences Macbeth is thinking of. Afterlife and then judgment here, means in this life. Clear? Okay, I'm trying to make you understand, but if you feel that it is not enough, you can comment below, then I will try again. But we teach bloody instruction. So what we are teaching, Macbeth is justifying, Macbeth is moralizing here, that we are teaching bloody instruction. We who commits evil deeds, murder, we have to face the consequences. What we are teaching, we have to get that fruit, which being taught return to plague the inventor. So we are teaching evil things, and that evil things is going to come back to us. Okay, this even-handed justice. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lives. This same thing is repeated through different images. That what we are teaching others, we are going to face that. It is just like boomerang, it is going to come back in our life. Again he is saying that the cup of poison which I am going to offer to Duncan is ultimately come back to me. That cup of poison or anything bad that we are going to do for others ultimately come back to us. So this is the philosophical thought of Macbeth. Now, he is here in double trust. This is another point. Why double trust? First, as I am his kinsman, I am his relative and his subject. Firstly, Macbeth is his relative and subject. This would be a strong reason to prevent him from murdering him. And number 2, as his host, who should, against his murderer, shut the door, not bear the knife myself. So, this is second. So, what were the 2 reasons that Macbeth shows against killing Duncan? First of all, Macbeth is his relative and his subject. Number 2, Macbeth is his host and it is his duty to defend him against any possible murderer, not to murder himself. Now, next he is talking about Duncan's generous character. Beside this, Duncan has borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels' trumpet tongue against the deep damnation of his taking off. Taking off means his murder. Trumpet tongue means loudly, just like trumpet, loudly. Okay. Against the deed damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast. Striding the blast means riding upon the storm. Riding upon the storm. Or heaven's cherubim. Cherubim, what cherubims means? Cherubims means angels. I understand that in this video the voice will be quite low and disturbing with my occasional coughing. Anyway, just try headphone if it is possible. Or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, means invisible runners, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. Okay, this is the last point. Now what he is saying here, that king has been wielding his royal powers so gently. He is generous person, free from guilt. He is so good a person that his virtues will speak on his behalf like angels, and his voice will be just loud, penetrating like the trumpets against the hellish action of murder. And even if he is murdered, the feeling of pity is here personified. Pity like a naked newborn babe. Pity is personified. A naked newborn child. He knows nothing. He had just come in this world. So a naked newborn child is synonymous with pity. Pity, innocence, tenderness. Okay. So pity, that like just like naked newborn babe, pity will be against this heinous act of murder. And he, rising above the tempest of horror and indignation caused by the murder, or rising above the angels of heaven, riding upon the invisible runners of the air, shall announce the horrible act of the assassination. To whom? To whole world. And then tears of sympathy will begin to flow from the eyes of the people in such abundance as to drown their anger. So here actually Macbeth is saying that Duncan's, praising Duncan's qualities and how heinous his act will be by in killing Duncan. Now what I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition. So Macbeth is saying that for me there is nothing so important, just only my vaulting ambition. In my favor there is no reason. Which overleaps itself, so, and falls on the other. So what does this mean? Which overleaps himself and falls on the other. That if in my favor there is any reason, this is only the reason of my vaulting ambition, and there is no stimulus for my guilty intention. Macbeth is saying that Macbeth has no stimulus. Macbeth has no stimulus against this bloody deed. In favor of this bloody deed, except his ambition. And here he has drawn an image of horse riding. Suppose an over-eager rider, he is going to climb the horse to the saddle and just overlifts himself and falls on the other side of the horse. You can imagine. Actually, I can draw. Suppose this is the horse. Oh my God, I can't draw. Suppose this is a horse. And if an eager jumper, he just jump to saddle this horse and falls on the other side, what will happen? So this is Macbeth is thinking about that. Now in this situation enters Lady Macbeth. How now? What news? Macbeth, he is almost stuffed. Why have you left the chamber? One thing you will notice that Macbeth is not present with Duncan again and again. When Duncan first visit Macbeth's castle in the previous act, Duncan was not present there. Macbeth was not present there, and Duncan was asking where is Macbeth? He is asking about him. Again, Macbeth is just fled from the dinner hall. Hath he asked for me? Macbeth is asking, hath he asked for me? Lady Macbeth, know you not he has? That the king, are you not aware of that? Of course king inquired about you. You are the host, and for you to show you honor, Duncan has come here, and you are not present with him. So it is looking odd. So Macbeth is always absent from Duncan's presence, and it can rise to suspicion. Anyway, Macbeth. Now what Macbeth is saying, we will proceed no further in this business. So after this soliloquy, with which the scene start, Macbeth considered all the consequences of this act, and Macbeth is now in a determined tone. Macbeth is telling that we will not proceed further in this business. So Macbeth is quite confident that he does not want to do anything in such crime. He hath honoured me of late, and I have thought, I have bought golden opinions. Golden opinions means tributes from the various people, the honors from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest clothes. So this is again a dress imagery. You'll find throughout the drama again and again dress imagery comes. So Macbeth is saying that we will not proceed in this act because he has recently conferred honors on me, and I have earned high applause, tributes, praises from all the people, and these praises are like a new dress which should be worn with all its fresh brightness instead of being discarded as so. So beautiful thought what Macbeth is telling here, that he has become the Thane of Cawdor. Beside that, he has just acquainted and applauded by the people. His great success, he's a brave soldier. So everyone is talking about Macbeth. And now this new dress, he should not discard so easily, not so soon. Now what Lady Macbeth is saying, was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Again dress image. So was it then a drunken hope with which you embellished yourself at first? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale? Hangover. That after a sleepless night, in the morning you look like just green and pale, means you look tired, exhausted, as if you have not slept so well. So when you are planning, when you have planned that to kill Duncan, then what? Why are you telling this thing now? From this time, such I account thy love. So this point you have to discuss. You have to remember. Now the point. Lady Macbeth is saying that you have embellished yourself with this kingship. When? We have read from Act-1, Scene-1, Scene-2, Scene-3, Scene-4, Scene-5, Scene-6, but we never find that Macbeth is embellishing himself with the kingship. Or Macbeth is talking about his kingship, his plan with Lady Macbeth. Is he? Never. In this drama, till now we have read, we never find that Macbeth is discussing or dressed himself with this kingship. So when? So Macbeth and Lady Macbeth discuss kingship before the play starts. Before the play starts. So in Macbeth's mind, this desire to be king was there, and Macbeth has already think about that. And that's why, do you remember, when the witches pronounces hail the king, Macbeth startles, and Banquo asks him, why are you startling in this good news? So Macbeth's startle, that reveals Macbeth's dark side of the desire. And in this play we never found such discussion. The Lady Macbeth is going about kingship, killing kingship. So this happens before. Okay. And okay. From this time, such I account thy love. What does it mean? That from this moment onward, I shall look upon your love for me in this light. In which light? That it is fickle-mindedness. Account thy love. From this time, I account thy love means your fickleness. Means you are saying this, but the next time you are saying that. Okay, so you are saying that you love me, the next time you say that I don't love you. And this thing I will take for my love. So Lady Macbeth is here manipulating Macbeth. Actually, Lady Macbeth is telling that take what you want. This is Lady Macbeth's theory. Take what you want in any way. And Macbeth's theory is Macbeth put responsibility before selfishness. Till now, he has the desire, but he does not want to do anything wrong for that. And Lady Macbeth cannot foresee the future actually. In this point, in this scene here, later we'll find that devastated Lady Macbeth. But here, Lady Macbeth cannot foresee the future. Not at this point. Unknowingly, she steps into her doom. Macbeth can foresee. That's why the soliloquy is Macbeth contemplating on the consequences, the reasons, number 1, number 2, and this reason, that reason. But Macbeth can foresee, but Lady Macbeth is totally blind. Lady Macbeth cannot see the consequences is going to be, what the consequences is going to be. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Are you afraid of performing the action and showing the bravery that is demanded by your desire toward the crown? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? So Macbeth is termed as coward by Lady Macbeth. That you harbor the desire to possess what you consider to be your highest prize of life, but you are living like a coward, you are behaving like a coward in your own estimation. Letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage. What does it mean? What the poor cat in the adage? Just you are behaving like the cat who, according to the proverb, wanted to eat the fish from a pond, but he does not want to wet her feet. So you are, Macbeth is, according to Lady Macbeth, Macbeth is behaving like the cat who wants the fish without soaking its feet. So you have the ambition, you want to achieve, but you don't have the courage to do that. You are coward. You are like that cat, a proverbial cat who wanted to eat the fish from a pond, but who does not want to wet his fish, her feet. Okay. So Lady Macbeth with her blistering tongue is provoking Macbeth, just heading Macbeth, just proceeding Macbeth towards killing Duncan. Macbeth, Prithee, peace, silence, silence. Macbeth cannot tolerate more this speech, these blistering words. I dare do all that man become a man. So when Lady Macbeth questions Macbeth's manship, then it's just puzzled Macbeth. I dare do all that become a man. I have the courage to do everything that is worthy of a man, according to you, that may become a man. Who dares do more is none. And if there is anyone who can do something greater than that, he is no man but a superman. So I am a man. What Macbeth is saying? I am a man, so I dare do what a man can do. But you are telling to do something that is no man can do, that is greater than a man can do, that is to be work of a superman. Now what Lady Macbeth is saying? What beast was it then that make you break this enterprise to me? Again this same thing that I have told you earlier. That Lady Macbeth is saying that what made you break this enterprise to me? So why you told me about this plan of murdering? When told? We never find in this play till now. So all this happens before. This plan of killing Duncan was before. That made you break this enterprise to me. When you durst do it, then you were a man. So you are telling that it is a human act, Superman's act. But one day you told me about this plan, and when you had the courage to accomplish it, then you are a man. And to be more than that, what you were, you would be so much more the man. Means, and in order to rise in a higher status than you occupied, you have the courage to act in a manner that of a Superman. But what happened? Nor time nor place did then adhere. So this plan of modern Duncan is proving again and again that the plan of modern Duncan was discussed before the witch's prediction, and that's why Macbeth startled them. And but when they were discussed this, that time was not convenience for the murder. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. Neither time nor place favored then your purpose, but yet you wanted to create an opportunity for yourself in respect of both time and place then. Okay, so you were so desperate then. Even time and place were not in your favor, you wanted to change that and to do that. And now, when both time and place are in your favor, they have had themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. What does it mean? So, when you have not neither time nor place in your favor, your purpose was then fixed. But now both time and place are in your favor. But now you are seeking. You resolve your your ambition is now seeking you. Now this part is again another discussion. I have given suck. I have given suck. What does it mean? That this line implicates that Lady Macbeth has son or sons or any child, daughters, or actually Lady Macbeth's motherhood is proven here. I have given suck. But again you can say that he just implying or emphasizing his commitment. I have given suck and know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sown as you have done to this. Oh my God. Lady Macbeth is implying that if he has son or sons, and if he promised to kill that child, then he can, even plucking the gumless smiling face, he is going to crush his head, just to solemnize her promise. So these lines indicating the Lady Macbeth is trying to say that she is so committed, but Macbeth is not. It may imply that Lady Macbeth has sons, or maybe just simply he is emphasizing on her speech. Anyway, now Macbeth, what he will do? He is totally stooping under Lady Macbeth's fatal words. That when a mother or a woman can say that if I had taken a vow to commit the murder as you took, then I is even ready to pluck the nipple of my breast from the toothless gum of my baby, and then smash his face, smash his head. How vulgar. And these lines are revealing Lady Macbeth as a merciless, unwomanly character. Vulgar, I want to say. Now, after that, if we should fail, means finally Macbeth gives in to Lady Macbeth. And now Macbeth's only concern is if we fail. Okay. we fell, but screw your courage to the sticking place. Screw your courage to the sticking place. Guitar image. Do you any type of guitar, you will find that there is a screw, and there is so many chords you have to put in perfect place so that it can give good sound. So I am trying to just make you understand. Screw your courage to a sticking place and will not fail. Suppose I have already told you that I can't draw. Oh my god, how precise it is being. Okay. Suppose don't take offense on my drawing. I never draw anything in my life except some doodle. Suppose this is the guitar, and I play guitar sometimes, and there is no listener for me except the street dogs at night, and they started howling so much that I feel afraid. But my father is a good guitarist. Okay. Now this is the head of guitar, and you know, those who are used to play guitar, you know that, oh my god, there's so much point. This is called bridge, and this is the bridge saddle. I am teaching Macbeth or I am teaching guitar. Bridge saddle. And now from there, you know, the chords are used to go. There are totally 5 chords. I cannot draw all of them because there is no place for me. And here there is such type of thing, and there is these things. This is called machine head. 5. For 5 chord there is 5 machine head. I think this part is going to be cut. Yeah, this part is going to be cut in my studio. Okay. Now, what Lady Macbeth is saying, screw. When the chord does not act in according to its sound, how it should be, then we have to screw in these points. In this machine head, we just we screw the machine head, squeeze. We squeeze and screw the machine head to make the tune perfect. For required pitch, we used to okay, to get the required pitch, we used to screw the guitar. And this is the sticking place. The chords are sticked here, and you have to screw here to get the perfect tune. So what Lady Macbeth is going to say, how can we fail? You have to merely to screw the string of your courage. Screw the strings of your courage to get the required pitch. Then we shall not fail. When Duncan is asleep, what to the rather shall his day's hard journey. So now he is telling her plan. Soundly invite him. Now when Duncan is just exhausted after his day's hard journey and he is tired, he is in deep sleep. So when he will sleep, his 2 chamberlains, chamberlain means guards of the chamber, will I with wine and wassail, wassail means drug, wine and wassail. Wassail is also kind of wine that make you so much intoxicated that you cannot do anything. So convinced that memory, the odor of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. Limbeck means a limbeck or passive. Just write the meaning, I am going to make you understand. So, the Duncan is exhausted after a day's struggle, and the chamberlains are given wine and drug with it. So, their memory is order of the brain. Memory is called the order of the brain. Order means sentinel, guard. Okay, order means sentinel or guard. Shall be a fume. That wine and liquor changed memory into a vapor, and the brain is now passive, so they cannot think just reasonably. So memory is a sentinel of the brain. And what does memory do? Memory wants the reason. But when memory is converted by intoxication into vapors, then brain can do nothing. Brain is just become passive. Okay. So this is the plan, that the guards will then feel so overpowered by the drink that their memory, which is actually a sentinel of the brain, shall not work. They will be vaporized. When in swine sleep means that sleeping like pigs in deep sleep. Actually it means deep sleep. When the pigs sleep, they just snores and in deep sleep. So in swine sleep, they are drenched nature. Here drenched means they are drunk. So their nature is drowned. Actually they are slumbered. Lie as in a death. It will feel that they are sleeping just like a death. So if you go and murder Duncan, if anything noise happens, there is nothing to fear. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? Duncan is now unguarded because the chamberlains are sleeping, a swine is asleep due to the intoxication. What not put upon? Our spongy officers put upon means blame. Spongy means drunken. Who shall bear the guilt of our great quarrel? And then it is very easy. And then we will just after that killing, that we will tell that the guards have done it. We'll make them responsible for the guilt that we have done. Okay. After hearing this, Macbeth is saying, bring forth men children only. So Lady Macbeth is so strong mentality that she should not bear any female gender, because female are generally weak, feminine, full of sympathy. Now she must bear only male children. And male are, this is the general concept of the society that is imposed. Anyway, I does not want to be feminist here. Now, for thy undaunted metal, undaunted means dauntless, invincible metal. Metal means spirit. You're undaunted. You're dauntless. Metal means spirit. Should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber and used their daggers that they have done? So now Macbeth is planning with Lady Macbeth. She is now joined. He is totally convinced now. He is planning now that we shall stay in those two sleepy guards of Duncan's bedchamber. Lady Macbeth unfolds her plan. Now Macbeth is adding, we shall stay in those two sleepy guards of Duncan's bedchamber with blood, and then we shall use their daggers which belong to them. Then it will definitely be believed that the murder was committed by them. So this plan is Macbeth. Lady Macbeth, who dares receive it other? How can anyone dare to disbelieve such a version? Everyone will believe. When as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death. Because we'll after his death we'll give loud expression of our grief and shall create such a fuss that no one will dare to disbelieve. Again, mask your emotion. Put on a false face of grief. Macbeth is saying, I am settled and bent off. I have now made up with my mind and bend off each corporal agent to this terrible fate. Now he is echoing Lady Macbeth's words now, going to away and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. So here Lady Macbeth and Macbeth is same. Macbeth is echoing Lady Macbeth's word. Earlier Lady Macbeth has shown that just put on a false face with a serpent underneath, and now Macbeth is saying the same word. That wicked intention of our heart must be concealed behind the innocent expression of the face to mislead the world. And each corporal agent, what does it mean? Each corporal agent, corporal means physical. Means his hand, legs, each part of body is now ready. Each corporal agent to this terrible fate means the deed of murder. Now each corporal agent is now ready to mock the time and mock the time. Lady Macbeth says beguile the time. To beguile the time, now Macbeth is saying mock the time. Beguile the time, mock the time, mock the time, beguile the time. So now everything has happened. In next scene we are going to experience something disastrous. Okay. Thank you.